Hi, I'm Tara, and today's video is a mental health update video, which, considering it's the first one, it should be pretty interesting. And please excuse the awkwardness because I am very anxious and awkward, so it's probably very cringe. Just bear with me. So yeah, that's about it. Please enjoy, I guess. And like, comment, subscribe if you can relate. So, that's it. Today I'm going to do a video on mental health. And I'm going to talk about my own personal mental health. And to give a backstory, I will go back to middle school age. I think I was diagnosed with OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. And along with that came anxiety and depression. And I was around between like 11, 12, somewhere in that age. And it is genetic. My mom does have it too, so I was already like predisposed. But anyway, everybody that has obsessive compulsive disorder does not have it in the same degree. It does not affect everyone the exact same way. Everyone doesn't have the exact same like fears and anxieties and rituals or routines or whatever. But you know, my anxiety got so bad at that point that I didn't want to like kill myself, but it was so bad. My anxiety was so bad. I was so afraid of whatever, what I thought was going to happen if I didn't do whatever routine or ritual at that time. I was just so tired of being scared all the time that I did not want to be here anymore. And even though, like, over the years, my OCD has gotten better, I've been able to manage it better. I do still have, small things that bother me. The anxiety and depression worsened. It didn't go away. And it followed me into my adult years. And I feel like probably over the past 4 or 5 years, it got progressively worse and worse. And a couple of years ago, I got to the point to where I needed to go talk to someone, like a mental health professional. And I made an appointment, and I did the, intake and everything. And I met a counselor, and I've been seeing her for almost 2 years now. So I do go see a counselor, and I do talk to someone. Though sometimes I feel like I don't always say exactly what's on my mind, and that's my problem, is because I keep a lot of things to myself. Even though I know this person is here to help me, it's like sometimes I just can't say everything because it's almost like giving up control. And that's one thing that has, to do with anxiety. I've been feeling very anxious lately, and anxiety most of the time is just irrational fears. It's just things that you have no control over. That's what it is. This is the loss of control. And the problem with that is I have to realize you can't control everything. And that is one of my main problems, is I cannot, there are so many things that I can't control, and it makes you feel like you're living in a bubble and you can't get out because you're afraid. And I'm tired of being afraid. And a couple of years ago, when I started going to counseling, I was working at a job that was very stressful. Like every single day was different. I didn't know what to expect. And that's one of the things with, anxiety is like, I like knowing everything up front. And you can't always know everything up front. And that job stressed me out so much that, like, I made it a point to go talk to a mental health professional, because if I didn't get some kind of help, I did not know what was going to happen, what I was going to do. And I did talk about medications, and I guinea pigged a lot of medications for like anxiety and depression for probably a good year and a half. And then probably around last summer, I decided, I don't want to take any more medicine for a while, because I'm tired of guinea pigging things. They're not working for me. And, I just don't want to keep putting all these different pills in my body just to try to see if it's going to work for a little while, because I did try one in the beginning and it helped me for like a short time, and then it was just like after that I just didn't feel like it worked anymore. So, but anyways, that's a little bit of a backstory to get to today. And it's, you know, for probably like the last, like I said, it was getting progressively worse. Like my anxiety, depression, especially my depression, was getting progressively worse over like the last 4 or 5 years. And then like even up until last year, I felt, you know, really low, you know, to the point to where not necessarily like I wanted to kill myself, but it's like I didn't want to exist anymore. I didn't want to have to be here, you know, to deal with the world and to deal with life itself and to deal with everyday responsibilities. Because sometimes existing is hard. Sometimes just everyday life is hard. And when you have anxiety and depression and you think about everything, and it's like everything just affects you so much, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to handle it, how to deal with it. And it's like you stop. But everybody in the world just keeps going on around you. And people are looking at you like, why can't you do this? You know, like, it's not that difficult. Like, we do it, you know. And it's hard to motivate yourself to pick yourself back up and to start doing things again. It's hard to motivate yourself to feel better. When you're in a low mood, you feel like you're going to be there forever. And you feel like you're never going to feel better. But then sometimes you get those nice little distractions that, you know, make you not think about everything. And then, you know, you have those happy times where you're carefree. And then, see, like, I also was talking to my counselor last year, and she was talking to me about, what is it? Bipolar 2 disorder. That it was a possibility that I had that because my depression goes up and down. And I don't know what to think about that, honestly, you know. And because like last summer I started looking at videos on YouTube about law of attraction. I don't remember if it was, I think I'd seen something pop up in my recommended about it, and I went down a rabbit hole of law of attraction videos, and it was like after that I listened to The Secret. That's what it was. I wanted to read the book The Secret, and I ended up getting it on Audible, and I listened to that, and it was like I wanted to change my mindset because I grew up very pessimistic and very negative, and it's hard to try to change yourself from being pessimistic and negative all the time to being, you know, trying to be positive all the time and trying to be, you know, like happy and be, or like see the bright side of things and the silver lining, because you're so used to thinking, oh well, this happens because it's me, or this is just my luck, or whatever. And for a good while, you know, like it did get to be easier to where it was, you know, to think positive. And it's like, I still try to be, you know, positive and see things on the bright side. And I still try to not just automatically give up, you know, and be like, oh, this is just my luck, you know, this just happens to me. Because it doesn't. And I know that. But lately, I've gotten, you know, kind of in that low mood again. And it's not even anything necessarily that just is personally happening to me. But it's like I'm so sensitive to the world and to life. And it's just when you hear things all the time and you see things all the time that are so negative and so bad, it makes you start wondering, why? What's the point? If all of this, you know, bad stuff is always happening, you know, why are we here? You know, why do we have to deal with these things? And it's also like I said, existing is hard. You are born into a world where you get all these responsibilities and you get all this stuff thrust upon you, and you just have to deal with it. You can't, you can't just be like, oh, never mind, I don't want to. And that's what's hard about depression in itself, is because depression makes you just want to lay around in bed all day. It makes you, so tired you don't feel like doing anything. And it makes you lose interest in the things that you liked to do before. And I know this personally because I've had feelings in the past where it's like, I love to read books, I love to just, hang out with friends, do this, that, and the other thing. And then I noticed that I started, withdrawing from people. I didn't notice it at first, but it was kind of like, because I'm a homebody, I like to be at home. But then I realized, I'm withdrawing from people. I'm not going out as much, I'm not hanging out as much, I'm not reading as much. I'm not doing, anything that the things that I used to do, because I just didn't feel the point in it. There was no interest in it. And it's hard when you deal with depression for a long time, because I almost feel like you kind of lose yourself sometimes. Because when you come out of the other side, even if it's just for a brief time, and you don't feel that low mood or anything, you feel normal. You feel better for a while. You don't know who you are anymore. You don't know the things that you like anymore, because you've changed as a person. I feel like recently, like I said, just existing is hard. And I'm feeling a little bit better compared to how I've been feeling for the past, couple of weeks and everything. My mood wasn't as low as it was last year, But it's just sometimes you have to put things into perspective. You have to be able to put things in a way where you can deal with them. Because if you can't, and you have anxiety and depression, you feel overwhelmed so much, you stop. Because you're so afraid of trying. You're so afraid of bursting your own bubble. And for the past, so many months, it's my anxiety has been so bad that it's I don't know. It's hard to do anything. And then when you have such bad anxiety, your depression, comes in, and it makes you feel worse, because it makes you, it gives you all that negative self-talk, well, you can't even do this because whatever, but in reality, it's not that big of a deal, and it's not, and you just wonder why you can't make yourself do it. Anyways, I'm hoping that I'll get through this. I know I will eventually. This is just how I'm feeling currently. And I'm going to try to be more positive and sunshiny and see things on the bright side and the silver lining, and hopefully attract more positivity into my life and feel better. And anybody out there that's been feeling the way that I said, no, you're not alone. There are other people that deal with anxiety, severe anxiety and depression, and that have the same kind of moods and feelings that you do. And things will get better. Even if they don't seem like they will right now, things will get better. So this was my mental health update, I guess. So thank you for watching and listening to my really weird, awkward ramblings that probably didn't make any sense. And if you feel like it, subscribe or comment, and have a good day. And I hope if you are in a low mood that you feel better soon.